We are Cindy and Eddie.
And this is Squeeze the Day.
Welcome to day 8 of our journey along Route 66. And what a day it is. We are really looking forward to driving into the sunrise today and discover some more history along this amazing route. And we're taking you along with us. So let's go.
Here we go under the road to the other side of Route 40. And we'll be following along Route 66 as we watch the sun come up.
The early morning sunrise really brought these hills to life. We enjoyed this part of the trip and we hope you do too. Please leave a comment below. We'd love to know what you guys think of this landscape as well as the rest of our Route 66 journey.
You don't have to like geology to actually appreciate all this.
If you've seen any of our other Route 66 videos, you'll know that sometimes we talk a little bit about the history of Route 66 and the things that we've lost, as well as the things that we've gained. Part of that loss is communities that get bypassed when they put in Interstate 40. One of the major things that we've gained from Interstate 40 is being able to get from one point to the next quickly. And that's part of why videos like this are so beneficial. We can show you what those important things to look at are so you can get there. But just remember, there's a lot that you're passing by. Let's take a moment to talk about one of those things right now. I wanted to take just a quick moment to recognize this historic marker right here. This is part of New Mexico's remembrance of the Quezon battle in Vietnam. Cindy and I have both been to Vietnam. We absolutely loved it. You can see 40s behind me. We are on Route 66 and it's right here off the side of it. Anybody who's interested in just taking a moment, that's right there. Back to Route 66 where we're going to show you some of our rolling hills and epic views.
That's just gorgeous.
These are just some of the views that our predecessors have seen on this ride along Route 66. And as you can see, Interstate 40 is not too far away. So if you can afford a slight detour, it's definitely worth it. And then we're right back on the highway. Until we find another slight detour and epic journey.
Just arrived in Albuquerque. We've just had a conversation about this dense smoke here. We are not going to stop here.
We will show you as much of Albuquerque as we can because we really love the way this city supports Route 66. Did you know the Rio Grande River passes through the center of Albuquerque too? We have other videos about the Rio Grande when we were visiting Texas. Take a look at those videos too. One thing we loved about Albuquerque is how easy it is to follow the Route 66 signs. On Saturday they had a farmer's market. Unfortunately this was a bad video of it. Because we wanted to avoid as much of the smoke as possible, we kept moving through Albuquerque. We did take a lot of shots of the stores that are available here. It's a very large city and a lot of fun. Definitely worth coming back to. And then we spotted this little gem.
As you can see, this is a pretty good display of Route 66 signs.
We want to come back to Albuquerque to explore the city a lot more in a future video.
But isn't this pretty impressive?
Not only is it synonymous with the support for Route 66 they have around here, it's very telling of the artistic nature of the residents. In our drive through town, we've seen several newer buildings coming up reminiscent of original Route 66 buildings, modern displays of artistry like this one, and several remodels of old Route 66 buildings throughout the town. And before we get too far out of town, we would like to point out how amazing the public transit system is here. Look at these bus stops right in the middle of this major highway, making it really convenient for employees to be able to get from spot to spot, passengers to go out and have fun, and families to move around the city. We've got something else really cool we want to show you that's a part of Route 66. Listen carefully. part of Route 66 is an actual musical highway. Shortly after that, we make it to our next stop, which is a must-go-to destination for anybody who's a fan of Route 66.
We are here at Klein's Corners. This has been open since 1934, if I remember correctly.
Of course, we did make friends here. This is definitely the place to go if you want to get any type of Route 66 souvenirs, memorabilia. It's so popular that they are expanding. It's definitely worth stopping in. The next city we're going to be driving through is Santa Rosa. It's only 2 hours from Albuquerque, or just about anywhere in New Mexico, and we didn't really know what to expect when we got here. Surprisingly enough, there's a lot going on in this town, even if some of it is confusing. There are several great diners and restaurants available for you to sit and eat, as well as a couple RV parks, hotels, and more. There are also several attractions available in this area, and because it's centrally located in New Mexico, it seems to be a popular place for tourists. As always, there continues to be new construction, old rundown buildings, and nostalgia driving along this part of Route 66. We had originally planned to make this one of our stops for the night, but we had so much time left in the day we wanted to keep going. So our next town is going to be Tucumcari. It's only an hour from Santa Rosa, and this little town was another good stop on our drive today. This is going to be the last of the larger towns that we visit in New Mexico. Not the last thing we see in New Mexico, there's more to see. However, everything after this seems to be more rural and small town feel. So we were glad to have this one before we made it to our rest for the night. And you definitely got to check this out before the sun sets. Wait, is that an airplane? This hotel has an airplane. A short drive later, we're going to pass through the little tiny town of San John. There's not a whole lot of tourist stuff going on here anymore, but back in its heyday, it looked like it was a lot of fun. The Route 66 drive between San John and Glen Rio,
Somehow we managed to find a dirt road, Route 66. I wonder if this is what it originally looked like.
And a lot of really fertile ranch land. Please make sure you're driving cautiously on this road. Keep the speed to a minimum. We don't need any accidents. Stay safe out there. We did manage to come across these guys that were crossing the road. There was a bunch of them. Pretty large tarantulas. Amazing right here. Next, Route 66 crossed into Texas, where there was only a little bit of time that we had left on Route 66 before we had to get back onto Interstate 40 to continue following the historic route east. As you can see by the setting sun and long shadows, we are running out of time before we have to get to our next destination. Do any of you recognize this yet? The first time we were here was back in July when we were doing a graduate hotel tour. And we're excited to be back here because we made a new friend and because this is a good spot.
We have finally made it back to our midway point. And by back, what I mean is, if you haven't seen our other video, we're going to provide a link for it here in the description.
I hope you get an opportunity to stop by the midway point on Route 66 at some point in your travels. This is a personal favorite of ours, and we loved this sunset at the same time. We hope the friends that we met while we were here this time made it home safely. And thank you, all of you, for watching this video. We hope you make it home safely on your travels too. Join us next time as we continue along Route 66, driving from Santa Monica to Chicago.
If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so that you can continue to follow along with us as we continue on this adventure.
And as always, squeeze the day and be well.